Hello there, Sir from 17 once again, introducing you to my Arkham City, or Batman Arkham City as I should say, hard plus difficulty video walkthrough. And this is finding a secret city, and I do believe this is, I think it's Wonder City or whatever it's called. And the first thing you'll do here is you'll zip line into this area and you're in for a fight, because there's a nutcracker guy wearing armour and there's a bunch of just random dudes that are going to try and beat you up too. So this is not a hard fight, but I'm making it look a lot harder than it is. That guy's got a gun, so watch him. There's another guy over there with a gun, so you want to watch him too. But as I've mentioned in previous videos, the guys with the guns love to mess about and not shoot you. It's really strange. I don't know why they do it, they just kind of do. So use whatever gadgets you want. I've used a bit of freeze gel there to take that one guy out, and I'm just, you know, doing the normal standard Batman thing: punch kick, punch kick, block, counter, all that good stuff. And that dude punches me in the face and now I have no life. So thank you very much, friend. That guy nearly kills me. But I get the last laugh, luckily enough. And then you can continue onwards. But this is all standard. We're going to be, as I mentioned, going into the secret city. We will fight some women, which I'll talk about when they turn up. We will be looking for some robots that we can get into another area, which I'll talk about when I get there. This area definitely needs mentioning, because this is a challenging room. How you know that this is a new game plus is that one of these guys has got a jammer on. I don't think they normally had a jammer in this room. But my strategy for this area is very simple. I use the back claw on this balcony like a bitch. The more people you pull off at this start bit, the better. Sometimes they'll just fall down the stairs, other times they'll just clip on everything, and you can't do what you want to do. As soon as it stops working or they start shooting you, you want to move out onto the gargoyles and start eliminating people, because there is a lot of dudes in this room. And you come back here later on and it's a lot more difficult. So if you struggle with this particular iteration, you're going to have trouble later on, so you want to get as good as you can at knowing this room, moving in this room, and exploiting the geometry of the room. The gargoyles in this little perimeter here, in this little kind of oval area, they're super useful. You can just exploit the fact that the inverted takedown on this game seems to be king. You can get so many guys from it, from the exact same one you got their buddy, it doesn't even matter. And if they stack up near the edges, you can also come back up here, start using your back claw and try and get them the cheeky way. And it's just a case of rinsing and repeating. Very simple, very easy. And if you start getting shot, get the hell out of dodge or you'll die real quick. If you upgraded your armour, you might not die so quick, but still, you don't want to stay in direct gunfire for any prolonged period of time. And if you see anybody moving towards a gargoyle, get your ass over to it so you can do the inverted takedown. It will save you so much time. And if you do dare to do a takedown like I just did then, make sure you get back up into the rafters before anybody sees you, or you're going to be in for a pretty rough night. So this is standard, this is Batman. You probably already know this stuff, you're just watching this so that you can see any of the little tricks that I might do, or any of the silly bullshit that I might mention. So on that note, I'm going to talk about the most recent episode of The Walking Dead. And for anybody that doesn't know what The Walking Dead is, it is a series that is airing about zombies. It's based on a graphic novel that ran for quite a long time, and it's about a guy who wakes up in the hospital in a coma. He wakes up from the lovely sleep to find the world has pretty much died and everybody's a zombie. He doesn't know where his wife or his kid are and he's trying to hunt them down. The second season's obviously filled with spoilers because shit went down during that first season, and I'm not going to mention too much of it. I'm just going to mention what's happened on the most recent episode. The main reason I'm doing this is I can tell you spoiler after spoiler without any kind of context or reference. You will not have a clue what I'm on about, and the people that do will know exactly what I'm on about. So in the most recent episode, the little kid got shot inadvertently, as we saw from the first one, and it started with him rushing him to a farmhouse that belongs to the person who shot him. And we're instantly introduced to the father preacher type guy who's also a doctor. He's just got that, I don't know, there's that preacher vibe to him with the way he talks, with his southern dialect, should I say. And I don't know, the guy is a fantastic actor too. He's a welcome addition to it. It's probably my favourite thing about the second episode, because he just delivers his role with a lot of intensity, and it's really nice to see, and it's a different dynamic to what we've seen so far, because we've seen them all struggling on the highway, and now that they've moved into this area that seems to be almost a pocket of euphoria, just like this utopian place where the walkers don't seem to be. And I had a lot of questions me that might get answered, might not get answered, might have been answered in the graphic novel but didn't seem deemed worthy enough for the series. But how the hell is it just a massive wide open ranch with no protection whatsoever, yet it seems to have done better than any of the fortified positions? And obviously there's not as many people in the countryside, so there's not as many people that can get infected, and thus they have to cover a hell of a lot more distance or ground before they can get to you to jack you. And in some parts of America's fucking huge, as people know. There are literally neighbours that are miles away from each other, so unless you go out of your way to find them, you may never see a neighbour type thing, and that's probably what they're working off that value. And it just seems a little weird, but it's an interesting change. It's an excuse to get a woman on a horse, hit a zombie with a baseball bat, which is always cool. And I really like the dynamic between the two cops as well. Between Rick and, I can't remember what that other fucking guy's name is, but the dude that's tapped his wife. And there's just, I don't know, there's something about them two actors when they're together that it works. There's definitely a chemistry there. It's not a homo chemistry or anything. It's just, this is two good actors, you know, setting the vibe of this place. There's a lot of tension between them. There's a lot of unknown tension there as well, and it just works. But here are the women anyhow. This is probably a better representation of the fight with them. Whenever they do that purple thing, that means you missed and they're going to try and counter you. So you want to just hop away whichever direction you can and then come back in and beat them up. But as I just showed, you can kill them quite easily and keep your combo. It's just not as easy as the standard guys. So just be aware they're probably going to screw you a couple times before you get it right. But as soon as you learn it, you'll be fine. But here's an interesting little story for you that's about my bank details of all subjects, and I know that sounds probably very dull, but I thought I'd share it because it pissed me off earlier on. So I'm trying to get a new rig, a new computer, and it's mainly for university because I need a hell of a lot more power, and it's mainly because it's about time that I upgraded. This is where you have to scan the robots. The robots that you haven't scanned will appear on your bat detective vision. When you scan them, they don't appear anymore. You want to run around this room scanning them. Every so often enemies will attack you when you've scanned stuff. Fight them off. It's very simple, nice and easy. One thing I didn't try, which I probably should have, is touching the door which leads to the hideout to see if you can skip this section, but this game is so heavily scripted I don't think you can. Anyhow, I'm updating my tower, like I mentioned. I'm getting a new rig and it's going to cost about 750 quid, which in, you know, American dollars for you guys, it's probably about $1,000, maybe a little bit more on the translation. So it's pretty serious money for me because I'm not exactly rolling in it, as you can tell. But what I'm using to pay for it is an account that my grandmother gave to me on my 21st birthday that's got a bit of money in it, but she's put it in the most eclectic fucking bank account you've ever seen ever. It's like some wicked crazy trust fund somewhere that no one's ever heard of, and she doesn't have the original bank book for it, so all I have is an account number and, you know, the family name to try and get access to this, even though it's in my name and all that good stuff. So what I did is I went onto this Eclectic Bank Accounts website and I applied so that they could transfer the money into my other account. It'd be nice and simple and I wouldn't have to mess about going into banks or anything, because I just thought it'd be quicker, because my local bank is in a different village. It's in my local city, which fucking sucks. So I thought I could, you know, do two birds with one stone, and I applied for it to get it switched over to get this new account online so I could transfer this money. And I posted the letter, which took like 4 days, and then it took 5 days to come back, and it's finally come back. And they've basically said that the account that this is under cannot be registered for online because of the type of account it is. So in the time it's took me to send the letter and receive a fucking reply, I could have done it through the damn banks. And it just goes to show people, don't get lazy on things, because when you do, it always goes wrong. Always goes fucking wrong. And now I'm going to have to go into this bank and say, this is me, here's my passport, this is really me, I'm not trying to con you, give me this money so I can take it to this other proper bank. And oh, it's just a nuisance. And anybody that's gone through the joys of, you know, walking into banks, the 90 deep queues of the tellers, and you walk up to them with your card and they're all behind the 6-inch of bulletproof glass like we're all going to pull shotguns and try and rob them, and it's not a fun experience at all. It's just dull and abysmal, and I tried to avoid it, and that's what I get for trying. But kind of a pointless story, but that's a little bit where I am. The luxury of it as well is I'll be able to render videos and things a lot faster. It doesn't fix my shit internet, but I'll be able to get videos, you know, in a state of upload a lot quicker than I normally would, which is cool. And it's just time, man. Sometimes it's just time to get a new system in, and other times you just deal with it. But right now, I'm well on the way to getting some new hardware, because we're dealing with some pretty fucking crazy stuff at university, and I need the best processor going, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. But right there, that is a counter opportunity in a cutscene, so she'll beat you up until you get it right. It happens the same every time, it's very simple. And then you just have to push through these sewerage tunnels, climb up the ladder, and you will be entering into the city very shortly. But there's another sequence of Batman losing life and seeing his mum and dad, which is really cool, really artsy, and a lovely angle. I'm loving the camera angle. Nice little semi-Dutch tilt, low shot, or whatever the hell it is. It's not a Dutch tilt because it's not that tilted, but we'll let him off. It's still a good angle. The gates of heaven open up, his parents beckon him to come, but Batman, being the badass he is, he says, "Fuck you, mum and dad. I've got to go and speak to Jeff." But you're going to move forward and then you're going to enter the demon trials. So this is going to be it from me, guys. Thanks for watching as always. Please support my channel as best you can, and you take care now.
You have to do it. We need you to do it, Bruce. Bruce?
Bruce, can you hear me? Your vitals, they're dropping. It's like they're in free fall. You need to find whatever you're looking for now.
How long have I got?
Oh, thank God. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. At this rate, I'd say minutes. Seriously, Bruce, you need to tell me what you want me to do. What do I get Robin to do? You know, if you don't...
I'll make it.
Then let the trials commence.